Hello, children, and welcome back to the chapter The Gupta Empire. In the previous part of the chapter, we left off at the administration of Gupta Empire. Now, let's talk about the life in the Gupta age. We know a lot about the political, social, and economic life of the Guptas from the account of Fahim. He informs us that the cities were prosperous and many rich people lived in the cities. He spent 6 years in Gupta Empire and says that there was peace and prosperity in the entire kingdom and the people were very happy and content. He even states that the Gupta kings were supporters of learning art. Now let's see social condition. The people had a happy and peaceful family life. Joint family system was prevalent during this time. The condition of upper caste women was better. They were respected and allowed to get education. But in some regions of the kingdom, the conditions of women worsened as social evil like child marriage continues to be practiced. Education was limited to the upper class. Celebration of festivals and animal fightings were the chief source of entertainment. The economic condition during the Gupta period. Agriculture was the main occupation of the people. The farmers were the owners of land. For providing irrigational facilities, wells, tanks, canals were constructed. The main crops were wheat, rice, pulses, barley, sugarcane, cotton, jute, vegetable, etc. Taxation remained the main source of revenue. Interstate trade flourished during this period. The trade was carried on by land and river route. Important places like Peshawar in Pakistan, Mathura and Kaushambi in UP, Tamarlipiti in Bengal, Bharuch in Gujarat, Ujjain in MP were all connected by roads. The river, namely Ganga, Brahmaputra, Kaveri, Krishna, and Godavari, provided waterways. Brahmadesh, Myanmar, Java, Sumatra, Bali, Champa, Vietnam, and Cambodia were some of the countries with which the foreign trade was carried on. Export items like diamonds, ivory products, pearls, garments, indigo, precious stones, etc. were important export items. Gold, silver, tin, horses, silk, copper was also import items. Religion. During this period, the king and most of the people were followers of Vaishnavism and Shaivism. They were followers of Buddhism and Jainism as well. There was no conflict among them. They all lived harmoniously. Sun was also worshipped by many people. Many sun temples were built. The kings gave grants and donations to all the religions without any discrimination. It was a period of revival of Hinduism and Sanskrit language. The art and the architecture during the Gupta period was highly developed in all its branches, that is, sculpture, painting, temple, building, metallurgy, music, etc. During this period, we find the beginning of temple building. Initially, there used to be one-room temples where the image of the main deity was installed with a decorated main gate. Later on, the size of temples became larger and larger. A small one-room temple can be seen near the Sanchi, Bhitargaon, Kanpur, Devghar, Jhansi. The temples were decorated with beautiful and artistic sculptures. Ajanta and Ellora, Aurangabad district in Maharashtra, caves present the best specimen of paintings and stone cut temples. Many images concerning Krishna Leela have been found in Rashi district of Bengal. A large image of Varaha of 4th century, images of Mahavir Swami and Mahatma Buddha are also of the fine examples of their excellence in sculpture making of that period. The most significant feature of this period's art and sculpture is that they are totally free from foreign impact.